Hi, this is Mark from Tryb Solo, and today I would like to unbox this huge game called Uprising, Curse of the Last Emperor. I got this for review from the publisher Nemesis.Games, and thanks for sending it. This is, I think, everything that you could get during the last crowdfunding campaign, because the game was crowdfunded. It has two campaigns. The first one is the base game and expansion, the second one with additional expansions. This is a 4X game, but what's very unique is that this game is cooperative. So you can play it solo, and all players, they join forces and they are a team fighting with the Legion, with the Horde, with some evil forces, and you try to defeat them. Base game, one expansion with 4 additional factions and some boss monsters additional. The latest expansion with some modules and additional factions. This is of course a fantasy game, as you can see on the cover, a lot of content, a lot of components. So this is an unboxing video. I have not played this game. I don't know how the game plays. I may not know what the components inside are used for. So just forgive me. I wanted to make a simple unboxing. I will make another video with my opinion on this game, where I will tell you how to play this game, what I think about it. Maybe I will make two videos, one with the base game and another one with expansions. We will see. This one is just unboxing video. So if you like unboxings, please sit, make a coffee or tea and enjoy it and watch it while I unbox this game. If you don't like unboxing, then wait for another video from me. Additional cards, trays, I don't know, painted tentacles, everything is here. So let's unbox this game. Okay, so let's unbox Uprising, Curse of the Last Emperor. This is just an unboxing. I have not played this game, so I'm not really sure what are the components used for. I will make another video, a second one, where I will show you how to play the game. I will tell you more about my opinion on this game, about the gameplay and so on. This is just a simple unboxing, but there are so many boxes and so many components. This is box number 1 out of 6, but I really want to show you what's inside, because there's absurd amount of elements inside. So this is the base game, the Uprising, Curse of the Last Emperor base game that was funded on the first crowdfunding campaign. Here we have some tokens, punch boards with some tokens, different regions, a lot of text, cool, some flavor text, some story. The game is, I think, maybe not story heavy, but there are a lot of stories on cards in the rulebooks. A lot of different regions. The artwork is really cool. I see that they are in different colors, like probably some mountains, forests and stuff like this, unexplored. Here are some resource tokens that you will use in the game. Okay, so we have a lot of locations. Now we have the main board. This is game board 1 out of 3. This is it's quite huge. You have place for different locations. There are some info about, terrain, skeletons, garrisons, and so on. I love games that have some useful information printed on the board, so you don't have to look for everything in the rulebook. You can find some information on the board itself. This is second board, where you will place your enemies, Legion's deck, Horde's deck, because in this game you have 2 enemies, you have the Legion and you have the Horde. So you'll probably place all the monsters and tokens and stuff on this board. It's huge as well. And board number 3, this is the board with different chapters, market, quests, chapter track. It's also cool that you have everything written here, like refresh phase, event phase, build phase, action phase, and so on and so on. So you'll probably have to find some information in the rulebook, but you have a reminder printed on the board itself. And it's cool that you have 3 different boards, because you can place them on the table however you like. If you have, a table with a different shape and size and so on, you can try to fit this game how you like. Some help sheets, combat sequence, placing activation for each player. Here we have the rulebook. The rulebook is not a regular big format, it's smaller, but it's printed on really nice paper, and you can, you know, fold it like this, so it's really well made. You have 58 pages, but you have some flavor text, as I see. You have some, you know, artwork, examples, combat sequence, so it's cool. Some examples, a lot of examples. This is great. I hate rulebooks that don't have any examples, but still it's 58 pages, so you'll have to probably read all of it to, you know, learn how to play this game. Even more punch boards. This one has location, some, you know, tokens, and here we have the factions. We have 4 factions in the base game, even more factions in the expansions. You have 4 of them, some story, artwork, and here you have all the actions and faction actions, units, different havens, so you will place some haven villages on the board. The factions are asymmetric, so from what I know, they all play a little different. You have different units, different dice that they use, different cost to recruit them. So this is cool because each faction will play differently. Now we have something that's called a faction box. This game is not organized. This is how it came. Normally you will have to punch all the tokens, and then you will have to sort it and put all the factions elements in a box like this. So this is cool because after you play the game, you can, you know, give before you play the game, you can give each player a faction box with all the needed components. This game also doesn't use any miniatures. You have standees, but not regular standees, but they are really cool plastic or acrylic standees, which really nice artwork printed on both sides. They are made from, you know, plastic. They look really, really nice, much better than you know, unpainted plastic miniatures. So they look really, really nice, and you have to, you know, place them here, so you will have standees. Really, really cool, and they don't take as much space in the game box like plastic miniatures, because you can imagine this game with plastic miniatures will need probably a second box to store everything. And with standees, you can place them inside this faction boxes. So you have standees. So you have standees for each faction. It looks like this. Really cool. I will not maybe open all the zip bags. You get this idea. They look really nice. They are really nicely printed. After you organize all the components, each faction will have a separate box like this. Here we have even more boxes. This is called a resource box. You have 2 of them, so each, maybe not each player, maybe each player, or you can place 2 of these boxes somewhere on the table so all the players can easily reach here. It's really cool that you have some trays and boxes for all the tokens and components. This is really cool. I hate storing games in zip bags, and here we have everything nicely stored. Here we have some, I don't know, the havens, the villages that you will create in the game in each player's color. They look really, really nice. After sorting it, they will probably land in each faction box. Here we have another box with even more components, because we have, I don't know what we have. We have some green enemies, some skeletons that look like this, and we have some tentacles, and the colors are really, really nice. I have to say that they are quite unique, because it's not like regular red, green, blue and yellow, but you have a lot of nice colors. And here we have some monsters that don't want to come out. Look at them, really, really nice artwork, nice production quality. They look fantastic. Banished. I like the you know, the theme and the artwork in this game. It's like a dark fantasy. It's really, really nice. I know I'm a sucker for fantasy games, so this one is exactly my type of game. Here we have something that looks like some kind of, I don't know, towers or buildings that you'll be able to place somewhere on the board, probably. I'm not sure. We have some even more buildings, and I know that they have different layers, so we will put one buildings over other buildings. Here we have some roofs that you will place probably on these buildings. I don't know. It's the game is overwhelming when you look at all the components. This game definitely requires a lot of reading the rule book. Here we have even more standees, but everything looks amazing, amazing. I'm not sure how much the Kickstarter costed, but judging from all the components and all the content that you get, it was probably worth it, because this is a typical Kickstarter game where you have a lot of beautifully produced components. Here we have some, I don't know what's this. It looks like some tentacles, maybe some kind of traps that you will place on the board. And here we have some walls that you would probably be able to put around your villages, your havens. I have to say, I love the idea that this game is a cooperative game, because this is a 4X game that is not competitive but is cooperative. So you don't play against each other, but you work together against the Legion. And here we have a huge card with some events for different chapters. You have some stories, you have some thread, I don't know what's this, beautiful artwork, and a lot of events. So I guess that each time you play the game you will have some different events, so it's cool because there are a lot of them. Here we have some monsters, Lich Queen, Coven of Isat, so they are probably used for the Legion and for the Horde. And we have some quests that you will be able to complete during the game. The quests, they don't have a lot of story text, but they have again beautiful artwork, and the cards are really well made. I'm not sure if you can see it, but the quality of the cards is really, really nice. And here is a ton of small cards with items, and there are cards for different factions, probably for the heroes or for the special units of each factions. You have some actions and abilities and cards and icons and everything. This is absurd amount of content in this game. We have some dice, and I see that they are like custom dice, not regular D6, different dice in different colors, so they will be probably used by different units. Here you have some scoring trackers. Everything in this game is big and huge, and they are not just like regular trackers, but you have thick wood, and we have some crystals here. The components are great, but a spoiler, I have a box that is called Deluxe Components, so even some of these beautiful components will be replaced with even more beautiful components, but I will show it in a second. Let me put everything back and I will show you a second box. Okay, so this is box number 2. It's called Arch-Nemesis Expansion, and this was, I think, an expansion available on the first crowdfunding campaign for Uprising. This box contains additional factions and some boss enemies that you will be able to fight. We have even more locations, Omen tokens, and they look really cool. This is the rulebook, 52 pages, but most of the rulebooks, from what I know, is some story. You have chapters, you have artwork, and you have a lot of, the Prophet of Thorns heroic tale written together with our Kickstarter community. Really, really cool. So you can read it and you will better know the story behind this game. Okay, backstory, expansion factions, 4 new factions, and you have the Arch-Nemesis enemies. Cool. So we have 4 new factions. You can see all of them here. Different units, different abilities, different heroes. You can see some have havens, some don't. So this is cool that each faction play differently, and with this expansion you will have 8 factions all together. And here we have some cards. Probably some of them are for the Legion, some are for the Horde. You even have this you have some Kraken, so they are the Arch-Nemesis monsters that you will be able to fight. And some cards that you will add to the Imperial Horde and Legion cards from the base game. Really, really cool. And you can already see that we have the faction boxes again. Each faction box will contain element just for this faction. Right now it's everything is not organized yet. Again, the plastic, beautiful acrylic tokens. That looks really amazing. And I have to say that if I would have a choice in other games to have plastic miniatures or this cool acrylic printed standees with this beautiful artwork, I would probably prefer the standees because I don't paint miniatures. So I have a lot of gray unpainted miniatures on my shelf. Even more units, even more boxes. Let me show you some of them, maybe. I don't know. If you haven't played this game like me, all the units and heroes will not tell you anything, apart from the fact that they look really, really cool. We have even more crystals that were in the base game. There's probably some kind of a resource. And here we have the havens that each faction will put on the board. Maybe not each, because one faction we have seen they don't use the havens. And more cards from each faction, for each faction. Again, a thick deck of action cards. Amazing, 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 a lot of amazing content. I hope I will be able to store it. It doesn't go here. I think that I will need a whole evening to organize all of it because there are so many elements. But again, as I said before, I really love the fact that you have everything in a there's tray and there are boxes for all the components because you don't have to store them in a zip bag. So this is the Arch-Nemesis expansion. Here is the new expansion called Titans of the First Age. That was the main dish on the second crowdfunding campaign for Uprising. I think they made a reprint of the game and this new expansion. And this expansion is more like a modular expansion. It has different modules that you can add to the game to make it different, easier, more difficult, more interesting. So this is cool. Even more tokens, more locations. Another rulebook. Again, story, chapter. I wonder if this is a story written with community. Cool. So another community story written with the community during the campaign. And some, as you can see, rules. How to change difficulty, how new factions work, advanced capitals, banes, elite dice, mercenaries, ether. So a lot of modules that you can add to the game. You have some bags. I'm not sure what for. 2 new factions. And this one is completely different from the rest. I don't see any units and I don't see any havens, titans. So I wonder how this faction works. A lot of cards. So what do we have here? Some help cards, new quests, cards for the Legion, Chaos Court, Horde, new events, new quests, again Legion, Horde, some Druid cards that replace the Druid cards for the base game. They add some additional abilities. This expansion, I know that also gives you some options to reroll some dice and to mitigate the randomness, because I know that some people complained that the game was random. So in this expansion you have some options to mitigate the randomness of the dice. So we have the big cards here and even more faction boxes to store everything. A lot of small cards for mercenaries that you will be able to hire, some items, cards for all the new factions, even more items, a lot of things. Probably there are some cards here that are cards reprinted from the first version of this game, because I know that they fixed maybe some typos and errors. This is something I think I've read on the campaign, but I'm not really sure. The elite dice or the advanced dice, they look really nice, like stone or marble. So I like the expansions that are modular, because they allow you to add some new things in the game to make it more interesting, but it's up to you. Some scoring trackers, it's up to you which modules you can add and how many of them. Some beautiful crystals and tokens. So this is okay, part 1. And here we have, what do we have here? I cannot even close this lid, there are so many elements and components and everything. Okay, and here we have even more standees for the factions, different factions. And here we have something interesting that we haven't seen before, and they look like poker chips, and they are quite heavy. They remind me of, to be honest, of Too Many Bones. The chips are smaller than in Too Many Bones, but they are just as heavy. And we have even more chips here, a whole bag of them. Let me show you. They have some, I don't know. We'll probably draw them from this purple bag. So you have some chips, you have some tokens, some monsters, some bosses, more of the same, and more factions. So I think in total, if I'm not mistaken, we have 10 factions, 4 from the base game, from the Arch-Enemy expansion, and 2 from this expansion, and even more chips. So this is like probably some new mechanic in this game. Conqueror activation. Maybe they are used for the Horde, and the Horde gets some additional abilities. So this is the Titans of the First Age expansion. As I said before, new modules, new factions, some new enemies. Let me put everything back in the box. I think that at some point this game would really need some big box solution to store everything, because there are so many elements already that you already have 3 boxes, and you probably cannot store all of it in the base game because it will not fit there. So this is Titans of the First Age expansion, and now I have some smaller boxes. This one is called Painted Curse Miniatures. Everything that you see here in this video, this is like an all-in version of this game. I think I missed just one small pack of cards, but apart from this, this is like an all-in, all the expansions, additions, additional boxes that you could get. Here are some miniatures, as the box said, painted for curses. I think curses were like standees in the base game, and now you have beautiful 3D miniatures. I'm not sure if you need them, because everything else in this game is just standees, and here you have some 3D miniatures, but I have to say that they look really cool, and they are painted, so for people who don't paint, this is a great option. Here we have Deluxe Faction trays, a huge box that holds just plastic trays for the factions, as the name says. You have, I think, 4 of them, and they help you organize your area. You can store resources, your cards, your faction board, and everything. Here you can place some cards that you will get. You have this tray, so this is really, really cool. But with all the game elements, with all the boards and this deluxe faction trays, you will really need a huge table to play this game. But this is really nice. It will help you organize all the components. And this is the final box. It's called Deluxe Components. And this is just a box with, as the name says, Deluxe Components. Let me get it out. So these components here will replace some of the components that were in the base game. I'm laughing because this is such a huge amount of content in all these boxes. We get a bag. We get some, I don't know, wooden tokens that are really, really cool, and they are really made from thick wood. So they probably replace some cardboard tokens that we had before. This is a chapter tracker made of wood that helps you to, track your chapter. You have some metal coins or tokens. I remember them from the base game, and they were made from cardboard. And here you have, they are made from metal, so you can replace the one from the base game. Let me put it back here. Here are some, again, poker chips, not poker, but the plastic chips, heavy chips. And again, I remember that they were cardboard tokens in the base game, and here you have the plastic tokens. I think this is the first player marker made from, from thick metal. And here are the resources made from wood that replace the resources made from cardboard that were present. They look really nice. They are made from wood. They have print here, and you have resources for each type, and you can use them instead of the cardboard resources that were present in the base game. So this is just you can say cosmetic add-on that doesn't add any gameplay elements, only the visual upgrade for the components from the base game. Box number 6. Here I have some 2 small decks of cards. This is called Blessing of the Old Gods, and these cards are really cool. They have this gold element that is really shiny. 1 card of rules. Just a few cards with some rules, like an additional module that you can add to the game. And I have 1 additional small box of cards that is called Allies of Azuhl. So let me show you. You have some small cards. Here are some rules and cards that look like cards for each faction, for each hero. So you can probably add them to the cards of your heroes of each faction to have more variety in the game. And last thing is this dice tray. If you don't think all of this is enough, you can get a dice tray that has the logo printed here, and you can use it in your game. You have a beautiful logo, name of the game here, and you can use it to roll your dice. And then the game should come with a huge table, because I'm not even sure if I will be able to fit the whole game on my table. But all of this looks amazing. As I said, just an unboxing video. Sorry if I made some mistakes, sorry if I didn't know exact names of all the components and so on, but this is an unboxing. I have not played this game yet. Now I will have to sit, to organize everything, to read the rulebook, to play this game, and then I will make another video where I will tell you how it plays, what I think about it, and my opinion. Thank you for watching. Visit me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You will find links in the description of this video. Click the like button if you like the video. Subscribe to my channel. See you next time. Bye bye.